children, good morning to everyone. Today we will discuss about the animal tissue. So in last class we observed about the plant tissue. Now we are going to have a look about the animal tissue. So before that, just I want to give introduction. Okay. So basically when we see the plants and animals, there are a lot of variations between the plants and animals. Okay. So the organization of plants is different with animals itself. Okay. So for example, the way of growing, the way of eating, the way of digesting, the way of reproduction, okay, and the way of organization, everything is quite different by the animals with plants itself. So plants have a simple organization while comparing with the animals itself. Okay. So the animal's body is designed complexly, whereas the plant body design is a very simple itself. Okay, so when we talk about a man, so the man has some external organs, internal organs. Okay, so when we look into the internal organs, there may be so many movements done by the internal organs. Okay, for example, there are certain glands. Glands secretes different digestive juices or hormones like that. So all those things have to move from one place to another place itself. Okay. Then when we eat, the food materials will be digested. So for digestion also, it requires certain need of hormones and other things itself. Okay. And energy also required itself. And when we see about the breathing itself, then exchange of gases will be there, and removing of carbon dioxide and removing and intake of the oxygen also will be there itself. Like that, when we see a man or children, then there are different biological activities will go on. They are keep on going in our body without taking rest also sometimes. Okay, so here when we need oxygen or when we need hormones or after digestion, when the digested particles will be there in children, they should be supplied to different areas by the help of one of the system known as transportation itself. Okay, so here to transport all the materials, it required a particular medium that is known as blood. That is known as blood itself. So here for the movement itself, for transportation itself, the blood, you take an example. So all these comes under a particular system itself. So that system is nothing but a tissue system, children. That today's topic is animal tissue, and the until and ultimate this tissue is not there, no, then the animal surviving is a very difficult itself. So how the plant tissues are designed for makeup of different cellular activities, biological activities, in the same way in animal tissue also, in animal's body also we can see different tissues, right? So what are the different tissues present in the animal? So already you know what is a tissue. What is a tissue? What is the definition of a tissue? Tissue means nothing but it's a group of cells or a cluster of cells which have the same origin and perform the same function itself. So whatever all the cells are present in the tissue, they'll have similar structure and same function itself. Okay. So what are the different categories of different classification of animal tissues that we will see? At first, epithelial tissue. Okay. So what is the first tissue we can see in the animal's body? Epithelial tissue itself. And secondly, we can see connective tissue. So first one is epithelial tissue. Second one is connective tissue. Then muscle tissue. Third one is known as muscle tissue. And fourth one is known as nerve tissue. Nerve system itself. Nerve tissue or nerve system. Okay. So in this manner, the animal tissue is classified majorly into four types: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle tissue or muscular tissue, and the fourth one is nerve tissue. Now we will have a detailed explanation about one by one. Okay. So first of all, we look into the epithelial tissue. So what is epithelial tissue? Where is the location of epithelial tissue? And then what is the main function of epithelial tissue? And what are the other categories of the epithelial tissue? So that all those things we can see itself. Okay. So epithelial tissue. So this epithelial tissue means that this is the outermost layer of the tissue itself. Okay, so we have different internal organs. So all the internal organs are covered by a thin membrane itself. The internal organs are covered by a thin membrane itself. Okay, so here this epithelial tissue is there now. That is the outermost layer of the tissue. Outermost layer of the tissue. Okay, and then outermost layer of the tissue. And this outermost layer of the tissue not only on the surface of the internal organs, children, sometimes the inner cavities of the internal organs also made up by epithelial tissue itself. Right? And then this epithelial tissue is there now. It has a similar type of cells itself. Rarely a different pattern of cells we can see in stratified epithelium, but generally all the cells present in the epithelial tissue are similar in their structure. But they perform different functions. And this epithelial tissue is helpful for absorption and secretion and then reabsorption, filtration, for different purposes. This epithelial tissue is present. The epithelial tissue is helpful for that. Okay, so we will look into the different functions carried by epithelial tissue. Okay, so where is epithelial tissue present means it is present in different areas of our body, like oral cavity or mouth cavity, or the kidney tubules itself, or the tubules of ureters. Like that, in different areas we can see the epithelial tissue. And now we will see what are the particular functions carried out by the epithelial tissue. Right, children? Okay. So one by one we will have a look. First one is the outermost layer. The first one is known as outermost. Okay, so first I will write, let me write the different functions and then I will explain one by one itself. Outermost layer and protective layer and act as a barrier and have permeability. Oh, so the main topics I have written, let me explain one by one. Okay, so just now I told you that epithelial tissue is the outermost layer. Okay, so this is the outer covering, outermost layer of the surfaces of internal organs. At the same time, the cavities of the internal organs. For example, I will give you an example. You see the blood vessels. So we have arteries, veins, blood vessels are there. So when you see the arteries, now children, they the internal cavity of the arteries are made by the epithelial tissue itself. Okay, and the surface of the arteries are also made by epithelial tissue itself. Okay, so blood vessels. So where we can see epithelial tissue here? Blood vessels. Okay, so not only blood vessels, you take different glands. Liver is one of the glands. Pancreas is another gland. Okay, so the outer membrane of the liver or pancreas, such a type of glands, you can see the epithelial tissue. So it covers the outermost layer of different areas in our body, different body organs of our body. Right? That is the first function. And protective layer. So whenever it acts as a thin membrane over the surfaces of different glands or different areas in the children, then it gives good protection to that particular area itself. Okay, for example, you take the mouth cavity or oral cavity itself. Just when you open your mouth, just beneath the lips or the inner part of the cheeks, we will have a thin membrane. So sometimes due to wear and tear, or when you take very hot materials like tea or coffee or milk, etc., sometimes the thin layer of the inner cheek or mouth cavity will become soft. Okay, it will and detach out from the mouth cavity itself. So that is nothing but the epithelial tissue itself. That means it gives good protection to that particular area. Okay, a lot of internal environmental changes will be there. So by all those things, this epithelial tissue will give a good protection. Okay, so first one is outermost layer, and then second one is it acts as a good protective layer, gives good protection to many of the internal organs present in our body, and the third one is barrier. This is very important, children. We have different organs in our body. Liver is there, pancreas is there, kidneys are there. And like that, some organs are very closer with one to each other itself. Okay, so this epithelial tissue acts as a barrier between the organs itself. Okay, and it makes the difference between the two organs itself. It separates the two organs with their cellular activity or with their biological system, with their organization itself. Okay, so if this epithelial tissue not there much children, then maybe the cellular fluids will mix one to each other and we may not differentiate the particular organ itself. So it acts as a barrier between the two internal organs to separate them with their different organization. Okay, then permeability. This is also a very important function by the epithelial tissue children. So permeability means, so many of the internal organs will have the permeability. Okay, permeability. It is one of the characteristics. Okay, that means they allow to enter or exit of some of the materials into them. Otherwise, all materials, including pathogens, also will enter into the organs itself. They disturb the biological nature of the particular organ itself. Okay, so here semi-permeability or selective permeability will be there by some of the internal organs. So either these hormones and after filtration by kidneys, some of the excretions to be removed out, to be expelled out from our body itself. So all those things will enter into the organs or exit out from the organs because of this nature itself. Okay, so these are the major functions carried out by the epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue is one of the important tissue in the animal tissue children, and it has a definite functions or it has a particular functions, and all these functions are helpful to maintain its originality itself. Okay, then we will see what are the different categories of the epithelial tissue. I mean, this epithelial tissue is there. Now further it is classified. Further it is divided into different categories. So what are the different categories of the epithelial tissue that we will see now. So here children, this epithelial tissue is there. Now majorly it is divided into three. Majorly it is divided into three. What are the three means? One is squamous epithelial tissue. Squamous epithelial tissue. Okay, I am writing in a shortcut. ET means nothing but epithelial tissue. The first one is squamous epithelial tissue. And the second one is cuboidal epithelial tissue. Cuboidal epithelial tissue. And the third one is columnar epithelial tissue. Columnar epithelial tissue. And other one is ciliated epithelial tissue. Ciliated epithelial tissue. Okay, so just now I told that there are three important categories of the epithelial tissue. But here sometimes this cuboidal, ciliated are mixed together, or sometimes ciliated is alone itself acts as a good epithelial tissue for pushing out the materials from one area to another area or in forward direction, so that we can study separately the ciliated epithelial tissue also. And one more is there, that is known as glandular epithelial tissue. Glandular epithelial tissue. Okay, so sometimes the squamous epithelial tissue acts as a stratified epithelial tissue also. Okay, so majorly the epithelial tissue is categorized into 5: squamous epithelial tissue, cuboidal epithelial tissue, columnar epithelial tissue, and then ciliated epithelial tissue, glandular epithelial tissue itself. Okay, so let me explain and let me give a detailed study of different epithelial tissues. So first of all, we will see about the squamous epithelial tissue. So where is squamous epithelial tissue is present? What is the main function of this squamous epithelial tissue? So generally, the squamous epithelial tissue. Okay, so what is known as squama? Squama means children, that is nothing but a scale of skin. Squama means a scale of skin itself. Okay, and here we can see a single layer of cells. All the cells are single layer of cells, and then all the cells are originated by its basement structure itself. Okay, basement structure. So just I will show you the picture. So all the cells are appear like a single layered cells. Okay, and they will have a prominent nucleus also in there. And these squamous epithelial cells present in the squamous tissue is there, no children. All cells are flat, thin, and forms a thin layer itself. They are flat layered cells and thin cells and forms a thin membrane itself. This squamous epithelial tissue. So where it is present means children, generally the squamous epithelial tissue is there now. It found in the mouth itself, okay, and in the lining of the esophagus itself, and in the alveoli, whereas known as L-sacs, alveoli. So there the squamous epithelial tissue is present, and around the kidney tubules also we can see the squamous epithelial tissue. Okay, in the mouth, and then in the esophagus, and then alveoli for diffusion purpose. Okay, so what is the main function that squamous epithelial tissue means? Here we can see the filtration and exchange of gases itself. Okay, filtration and diffusion process. So whereas diffusion and filtration process is carried out in that particular areas, we can see the squamous epithelial tissue itself. Okay, so to give a clear idea, just I want to show the image. Okay, the image of the squamous epithelial tissue. What is the arrangement of cells present in that? Okay, and then how they are arranged. And generally, when we look into the epithelial tissue, children, okay, so all the cells are highly packed. Yes, you are looking at the screen, one of the image, that is nothing but children, that is what? Squamous epithelial tissue. So, you look at on the screen also, the clear cut of picture is there. See all the cells, okay, how they are arranged. So, did you notice one thing in that? So, that is nothing but children, all cells are arranged, highly packed. They are tightly packed without leaving any intracellular spaces. So this is also one of the characteristic of epithelial tissue. Okay, when we see under the microscope, this epithelial tissue, children, we cannot see any gaps between the cells. All cells are highly packed with one to each other. Okay, there are no intercellular spaces between the cells. And you are noticing that all cells are flat. They are arranged flat, and you are looking at the basement also. So all the epithelial tissues are arised from their basement, and they possess a prominent nucleus also. Alright, then we will go to the next tissue. What is the next tissue? Cuboid. The next tissue is cuboidal epithelial tissue. Cuboidal epithelial tissue. By the name itself. Okay, so all the cells present in this are cuboidal in shape. The cells are cuboidal in shape, and they are somewhat larger in size than the squamous. Okay, and in squamous epithelial tissue, the irregular shape of cells we can observe. But in cuboidal, we have a different particular shape, children, that is nothing but a cuboid shape. Okay, so generally where we can see this cuboidal epithelial tissue in the Bowman capsule. Okay, you can see the cuboidal epithelial tissue in the Bowman's capsule of kidneys. So where is Bowman's capsule present? It is present in the kidneys. And what is the main function of this Bowman's capsule means here? That is helpful for filtration. Okay, the Bowman's capsule is there, no? That is helpful for filtration. Okay, so this you have a look of the cuboidal epithelial tissue on the screen. Okay, so just you look at on the screen here, you notice what is the arrangement of cells in the cuboidal epithelial tissue. You see, all the cells are cube-like structures. They are cube-like structures, appears as cuboidal structures, and a large nucleus is there, a prominent large nucleus is there. And where it is located, what is the main function is reabsorption of water. Reabsorption of water and filtration process. This is helpful. And not only that, children, this cuboidal epithelial tissue is present. It is located near the ovaries and the testis also. Ovaries and testis also. Okay. So come to the topic. So this cuboidal epithelial tissue is present in the testis as well as in the ovaries also. Sometimes we can see the smooth surface cells in the cuboidal epithelial tissue. Sometimes even some finger-like projections. Finger-like projections also will be developed on some of the cuboidal epithelial tissue. Okay, so some of the cuboidal epithelial cells are present smooth surfaces, but some of the cuboidal epithelial cells have finger-like projections. So at that time, they will be termed as ciliated epithelial tissue. Okay, so we are going to study ciliated epithelial tissue separately. But here, at some time children, this cuboidal epithelial tissue, whereas having finger-like projections, now there we can set as ciliated epithelial tissue itself. Okay, so you are noticing that ciliated afterwards we will take. Okay, so this cuboidal epithelial tissue have a different pattern of functions, and this kidney reabsorption function I said no children, reabsorption. Okay, so kidney tubules are different. Okay, loop of Henle, one of the area is present in the kidneys. There the reabsorption of water takes place in our body itself. For that purpose, this cuboidal epithelial tissue is present. Next one is columnar epithelial tissue. Okay, so we have studied about two epithelial tissues. One is squamous epithelial tissue, other one is cuboidal epithelial tissue. Okay, so both of the tissues have a different pattern of functions. Okay, different pattern of functions and arrangement of cells also different in both of the tissues itself. And the third one is known as columnar epithelial tissue. Columnar epithelial tissue. So here, columnar. What is the meaning of columnar means? Arranged in a particular row. Okay, a particular row of cells, and the cells are somewhat larger in size. Okay, they are termed as longitudinal cells. So, columnar means a row of cells will be there and a longitudinal cells will be there. Columnar epithelial tissue. So, this columnar epithelial tissue is there, children. This is helpful for pushing of the materials to forward direction itself. For instance, you take the respiratory tract. Respiratory tract. Okay. So when you see the respiratory tract, children, there we can see goblet cells. Goblet cells. Okay. What are the cells present? Goblet cells. So these goblet cells are helpful for secretion. The main function of goblet cells are secretion itself. So they secrete a mucus-like substance. Okay, so in the nasal cavity, we can have that mucus substance, and the mucus substance is helpful for filtration. And sometimes this columnar epithelial tissue is helpful for proper pushing of the materials from one area to another area itself. Okay, so like that, they are arranged in a particular row, and they are the longitudinal cells, and they are helpful to push the materials in forward direction with the help of goblet cells. Okay, and these goblet cells secretes a mucus substance, and that mucus also helpful to give a good lining of some of the areas of our internal organs. Okay, then children, the last one is ciliated epithelial tissue. What is the last one? Ciliated epithelial tissue. Ciliated epithelial tissue. So, the ciliated epithelial tissue is nothing but, okay, so whenever we see the ciliated epithelial tissue, the cells are present like this. All the cells are arranged in a particular row. Longitudinal cells are present, and on their upper surface, okay, we can see a cilia-like structures. A cilia means nothing but hairy structures. Cilia means nothing but hairy structures. The cells are longer in size and then they are having a prominent nucleus on their upper surface. Children, we can see hairy structures. Okay, so this ciliated epithelial tissue is present in the stomach region, especially in the small intestine, children, in the small intestine, and also near the ovaries. Near the ovaries we can see, and in the respiratory tract also we can see the ciliated epithelial tissue. Okay, so here in the small intestine, how it is function means that wherever we see the small intestine structure like this, no children, okay, and it should have a lining of separate cells. The small intestine is occupied with so many blood vessels and lymphatic lymphatic tubules will be there, blood vessels will be there, blood capillaries, not cells, blood capillaries are present, lymphatic tubules are present, children. Okay, so around the small intestine, so many layered, numerous layered cells are present. When we look into the particular layer of children, okay, particular cell now, it appears like this. It appears like this. So that is known as microwave. This is known as villi. Okay, in small intestine we can see numerous villi. And the main function of villi is absorption of food materials. Absorption of food materials. Okay, after digestion, they reach into the small intestine. The villi helpful to increase the surface area, and then the food is absorbed into the capillaries. Okay, so look at on the screen. You will have a clear understanding of the small intestine villi. Okay, so they are the villi. You see the arrangement of villi, children. So they possess mucus glands itself. Okay, and that glands, when you look into the mucus gland, each gland, children, it should have microvilli itself. Microvilli, the upper surface of the microvilli possesses hairy structures. That is nothing but ciliated epithelial tissue. Ciliated epithelial tissue. So that ciliated epithelial tissue is helpful to push the digested food materials into the capillaries. Into the capillaries. Okay. So numerous number of capillaries are accommodated in the internal structure of the villi, children, so that the ciliated epithelial tissue is helpful to push the materials into it. Okay. In the same way, ovaries also. So when you see the ovaries, no, they will have a funnel-like structure. So just near the ovaries, not ovaries here. Okay, just very closer to the ovaries, we can see a funnel-shaped structure itself. So here we can have number of hairy structures. Okay. So these cilia are there now. They are helpful for the pushing of the ovum. The pushing of the ovum into the oviduct itself. Okay, that means during ovulation, this ovum is there, no? That can be pushed into the ovaries itself. Okay.